cashback match. We match
You know
all
who
of
it
the
is?
cashback you earn at the end.
It's King Ade with the Wizards Review. And hold on, y'all. Oh man, hold on. Okay, my fault. Okay, my fault, y'all. All right. Yeah, it's King Ade with the Wizards Review. And man, we took a tough loss tonight. We took a tough loss tonight. You know what I'm saying? Um, we played the Pacers. We were in Indiana tonight. And you know, although we lost, there was a lot of factors that led to the loss. A lot of players were out, had a light rotation. You know, the biggest reason why I felt we lost, because to be honest, the Pacers, they were without a lot of players as well. You know what I mean? So we can't use that as an excuse to why we lost the game. But it was clear. And it was a great effort by Kuzma, KCP. But Kuzma is like our third best, like our third option if Porzingis and Beal was on the floor. And then KCP is a role player, you know what I mean? But they were our best players tonight. And, I mean, they were our best players on the floor tonight. And they played like the best players on the team tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really showed the lack of depth. Not to say we have depth, but our depth are like a lot of role players. You know what I mean? We don't really have take over players. And also, we were exposed in the paint as far as just being small and soft down in the paint. I mean, there was just a lot of reasons why we lost the game. So let's just get right into it, man. So before we talk about the things that I didn't like, there were things I liked tonight, and we really could have won the game. Although we had a lot of things going against us. We could have won the game, but we didn't. So one of the things I liked tonight, I felt we started the game pushing the pace. You know what I'm saying? I definitely liked that we're playing faster overall since the trade deadline. You know what I mean? Having Ish Smith, Neto, and then Kuzma getting the rebounds and running, like taking the ball from one side of the court to the other end of the court. You know what I mean? So there's definitely been an uptick in our pace since the trade deadline, and it continued tonight. So I definitely like that. Kuzma tonight, man. Kuzma was the MVP of the game. He kept us in the game tonight. You know, without Kuzma, we could have got blown out. You know what I'm saying? But Kuzma, every time we went down double digits and it looked like the game was going to get away from us, it felt like Kuzma was the one with the big shot, the big three. He had a great night from the three-point line tonight. He was aggressive tonight. Just a monster numbers, 26 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists. I mean, those are monster numbers, man. And I already have respect for him. And I hope we keep him. He looks like he's a key piece to our future plans. But I was giving him like a 7 on a rating scale of NBA players. I gave him a 7 because I still don't look at him as a number one option. And to me, he's still not a number one option. But he has a lot of heart, and he just shows a lot of leadership. And for that, I got to move that solid 7 to a solid 7.5 to even a 7.8. You know what I'm saying? He keeps playing like this, he's going to get to an 8, possibly an 8.5 in my rating book by the end of the season. But I really admired his effort tonight, man. He hit a big 3 at the end of the second quarter, going into halftime, that cut the lead down to 5 points and made us look, even though an 8-point lead, the way we were playing, even being down 8 going into halftime would have been a blessing. But to be down 5 because of that big 3, I mean, we played terrible in the second quarter, and there were times where it looked like the game was going to get away from us. But Kuzma kept us in the game, and that big 3 at the end of the second quarter was, like I just said, it was huge, man. It was really huge. He had his double-double by the third quarter, you know what I'm saying? And he scored 13 points in the third quarter, you know what I mean? So 13 of his 26 points were scored in the third quarter. He lost some gas in the fourth quarter, started missing the shots that he was making. He just got tired. I mean, he put the team on his back. We can't fault him for getting tired. We didn't have enough other players to play with him tonight, except for KCP. He had a good night too. You know what I mean? And to that end, KCP, he was active on both sides of the ball. There were times he got exposed defensively, especially early in the game. But especially in the second half, he definitely just showed a lot of leadership and shows why he's a key piece to the team, especially without Beal. You know what I mean? He just has a veteran leadership, and when he's not complaining to the refs and he's just focusing on playing basketball, squaring up, not dribbling too much, but squaring up his feet and hitting the three, that's when he's at his best, man. And so I felt he played one of his best games of the season tonight, man. Especially in the fourth quarter, he helped keep us close, and we could have possibly got the win. I like Ish Smith tonight off the bench, man, just bringing energy. I like the pickup. I like bringing him back, and tonight was a good example of what he could bring to the table. You know what I mean? He didn't score. He got in double figures, scored 10 points, but he kept the momentum, kept the pace good for the rest of the team. So I definitely like what I saw from him. We forced turnovers tonight. You know what I'm saying? We forced some good turnovers, especially in the fourth quarter. We were extremely scrappy, and we played tough, man. Again, we could have won this game, and there were times where I thought we were going to win the game, but we just couldn't get over the hump. But I still like our effort. We played with a lot of effort. Ever since the trade deadline, our effort, our energy has been, I like it. It's just a lack of talent. You know what I mean? That's really what it comes down to right now. It's just a lack of talent, man, compared to other teams. You know what I'm saying? But we're playing the right way. We look like the team, the way Coach Unseld likes the team to play, looking like how we looked earlier in the season before all the turmoil. You know what I mean? So I definitely like, Ish Smith bringing just the speed and just the pace overall, man. Bryant, he didn't score too much, but I still liked his energy. He did have some nice moves in the paint when he did score, but he didn't score too much. I think he only had 4 points tonight, but it felt like he was much more of an impact than he actually was when you look at the box score. You know what I'm saying? Denny started to hit the three more consistently tonight. I'm liking that. You know what I mean? He's just getting more and more confident. He didn't have the same energy that he had last game, but he still, in my opinion, was effective tonight, especially in the second half. Speaking of threes, I felt the threes, especially in the second quarter, throughout the game, as a matter of fact, was the reason why we even had a chance. And that's surprising because we're one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the league. But tonight we shot the three-point ball effectively, and it helped keep us in the game, gave us a chance. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely like that we're getting more efficient from the three-point line, and I hope we continue to do that. In the fourth quarter, for the majority of the fourth quarter, our offense was looking the best it looked, in my opinion, throughout the game. And we started to, again, come back and get close. We even got down to 1 point. We cut the lead down to 1 point. But again, we just couldn't get over the hump. But our offense was running crisp, efficient. We got players in. We got Winston in. Winston gave us good minutes in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? Hit a big three. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. So, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely like what I saw in the fourth quarter. Also, Brian and Kuzma was crashing the boards in the fourth quarter as well. You know what I mean? Kuzma, again, like I said, had a double-double, a strong monster game, strong 15 rebounds. But in the fourth quarter, all the energy he lost, missing shots in the fourth quarter, it was all the defensive rebounding and offensive rebounding as well. You know what I'm saying? His energy, he couldn't do it all tonight. You know what I'm saying? But he's had a lot of energy in the fourth quarter in regards to rebounding, and that took away from his efficiency scoring the ball in the fourth quarter. But I still like the effort. So that's really everything I liked tonight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of effort, playing the right way, but the lack of talent. Kuzma, again, he's our best player on the floor, and it's admirable what he did tonight. But in the best players of the league, like the best players on the team, he's not like he's a third option. You know what I'm saying? He's a third option, but he's playing out of his mind and just getting better and just developing and looking like he's going to be a key piece to what we got going on moving forward, man. So let's just talk about everything I didn't like, because there was so much I didn't like tonight, man. And off jump, man. Like really like maybe the first or second possession, the Pacers had a long possession, got a lot of offensive rebounds, and just set the tone. One thing our deficiency is in the paint, and they really exposed us at times throughout the game tonight. You know what I'm saying? We looked soft, especially when you had Tristan Thompson out there just looking like a monster, looking like you know what I mean? He was just looking monstrous out there, man. So I definitely didn't like that. The Pacers had a 10-0 run in the first quarter, and you know that led to us getting down double digits. But we fought back, we clawed back at various points throughout the game. They had double-digit leads at various points throughout the game, but we managed to come back every single time. You know what I'm saying? So that just shows our heart, and I like that. We missed too many three-pointers, man. We missed too many three-pointers, especially in the first quarter. Momentum-killing three-pointers. Three-pointers that if we hit just a couple more tonight, we could have won this game. So I definitely didn't like that. Man, they killed us in the paint tonight. Points in the paint. I mean, they had a 40. There was moments in the game. I don't know if they closed the game, but I know for sure there were moments in the game. They had a 40-plus point advantage on the points in the paint tonight. Throughout, you know what I'm saying? Like 40-plus points. I remember it was like Pacers had 58 points in the paint and we only had 18. Like, that's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? So that just shows our weakness. One of our weaknesses. Without Gafford, without Porzingis on the floor, we got Bryant and Anthony Gill backing him up. I mean, that's not good enough. I mean, the Pacers they didn't even have their best front court tonight. You know what I'm saying? But they just look much more dominant with Smith, Thompson, just dominating us in the post tonight. So, and again, they're good players, okay players, you know what I'm saying? But they're not like the top of the line front court. Then we got dominated in the paint like that. So that just shows our weakness in the post, man. So we just hope our players get healthy, Gafford get healthy, Porzingis get healthy to shore that end of the floor up. Lance Stevenson, man. I like Lance Stevenson, you know what I'm saying? But I don't like him when he's playing against us. And tonight, man, he brought a lot of energy off the bench. They were really short-handed. They only had a 9-man rotation. I think they only had 4 players available off the bench. But they all made it count. They all made their minutes count, Stevenson included. And he was, man, the strength that he displayed against Kispert and Denny Avdia, man, it just showed, like, you know, they're promising players, but they got to get in the weight room. Like, Lance Stevenson's a vet out there, and Denny, he played good defense and fundamental defense, but there was times where I just saw Lance Stevenson just bodying them and getting to the paint and doing whatever he wanted to do, man. So, you know, I like the effort, especially what Denny brought, but he just ain't have enough strength to even contend with Stevenson, and that showed a weakness that we have, you know what I mean? To start the second quarter, I felt that was when we started to lose momentum. The offensive flow was suspect. We let the Pacers jump on us. They took advantage of our slow start on offense, and they started to score points and went up double digits. So, you know, we just got to work on our offense. I mean, we were shorthanded, you know what I mean? So, again, there's no excuses, but that is a reason why we weren't running the offense the way we needed to run it, you know what I mean? Brissett, like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? Come in, score double figures, got to double figures early in the second quarter. They had a well-rounded game tonight. Let me see. Hold on. 4 of their 5 players scored in double figures tonight. And let me take that back. They had only 3 players available. 3 players that played off the bench. Not, you know what I mean? So they only had an 8-man rotation. 6 of the 8 players scored in double figures, though. I mean, that's a recipe for losing. You know what I mean? So definitely didn't like that at all. You know what I'm saying? Again, Thompson had a monster game, and he started to get hot in the second quarter. It just showed his strength, just bodied us, and he was just too strong in the post for what we had. I mean, Bryant, we know he's a defensive liability. He's light in the paint, and then to back him up with Gill, we got dominated, man. We had nothing. We had nothing for them in the paint. And again, the Pacers are an average team in the post, especially not having Miles Turner, just traded away Sabonis. So just for them to do what they did to us in the paint, just show we got to do something about. I don't know. I mean, I like Gafford, although he didn't play tonight. I like Bryant, but he's weak. And although Gafford blocks a lot of shots, he's still not a strong defender in the post, one-on-one defender. So I don't know if this plan of moving forward with these two as our centers is our best strategy. We need somebody else, at least somebody to, even if he doesn't play a lot, when we having problems in the paint, we need a 7. I mean, and I guess Porzingis is supposed to be that remedy. We'll see how they handle that, man. But it's definitely clear as day that we are weak in the paint. My man Griff on Twitter, you know, he said it best. They're soft in the paint. You know what I mean? So we got to work on that, man. Isaiah Todd got some minutes. I know a lot of our fans have been clamoring for him to play. He's, you know, he was brought up from the G League, sitting on the bench. He got some minutes tonight, but in my opinion, he's not ready. He looks kind of, I don't want to say scared, but he was definitely ineffective, and he kind of looked lost. You know what I mean? That's the word I would use. Just lost. Looked like he lacked confidence on the floor tonight. Didn't hit any shots. Didn't really bring anything to the table. And once he got in the game, I felt that's when the momentum started to shift a little bit. You know what I mean? We do want him to get some minutes and show what he can do. But if that's what he's going to do, then, man, he needs to go back to the G League and work on his game and bring some confidence, because this is the league, man. You know what I mean? You're getting a chance to shine, and he wasn't ready for the task. You know what I mean? So, in my opinion, he didn't look well at all. You know what I'm saying? I guess fans are happy he got some playing time, and I guess he supposedly has a lot of potential, but he didn't show me anything tonight. Like I said, the Pacers had a 10-0 run in the first quarter. They had a 12-2 run in the second quarter. So again, our defense, we lacked defensive assignments. They scored a little bit too easy. You know what I mean? So that was definitely something I didn't like. You know, I already said I was going to probably say this throughout the rest of the season, but our point guards are way too small, man. And the Pacers, Halliburton made it a point to score against our point guards. You know what I'm saying? Our point guards, they got to the hole. The Pacers got to the hole too easily. There were times where I saw Neto and Smith on the floor at the same time. And then in the fourth quarter, I saw, I think, Smith and Winston on the floor at the same time. You know what I mean? So that just showed our lack of depth. Because to have to play those two small guards at the same time, Kisper's, I guess, the only two guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he slid to the 3 when Winston and Smith was on the floor. I mean, that's just a small lineup, and we got exposed, man. We got exposed. But they played hard, and so you got to give them credit for their effort. But we cannot come out with lineups like that against better teams. I mean, the Pacers, they're not one of the better teams in the East, you know what I'm saying? And we still got exposed. So imagine if we played one of the top-notch teams in the East or in the league, for that matter. You know what I'm saying? With that type of backcourt. We got crushed, you know what I mean? So hopefully our players can get healthy and we can show a better effort. I mean, have better personnel on the floor, especially in the backcourt. Washington Jr. even came off the bench. Again, a guy I never really heard of, you know what I mean? Came off the bench and gave them some good points, you know what I mean? The Pacers started the third quarter fast. Definitely didn't like that, especially, you know, us closing the second quarter and only down 5 and then let them score fast. But, you know what I mean, Kuzma came back and cut the lead back down to 5. So, you know, I got to give Kuzma credit for rectifying the situation and stabilizing what was occurring. You know what I'm saying? Because the Pacers started really fast. And I definitely didn't like that, especially going into halftime with that momentum. Jalen Smith from Maryland. I remember him playing in Maryland. He got traded from the Suns to the Pacers, and he showed a lot of flashes tonight, man. Showed a lot of nice post moves. Again, we were weak in the post, so he took advantage of that and showed some of the potential that a lot of scouts, a lot of people have been saying that he has. You know what I mean? So, again, I definitely didn't like seeing that. I already mentioned the Smith and Neto combo. I didn't like that was on the floor at the same time in the third quarter. It just got exposed. Taylor for the Pacers scored he scored in double digits in the third quarter alone. So again, they got contributions from all over the roster. They only ran 8 deep tonight. 6 of the players scored in double figures. We couldn't key in on players and stop anybody, you know what I mean? So it just showed our lack of effectiveness on the defensive end at times throughout the game, man. Halliburton had 10 plus assists by the third quarter. So again, we weren't stopping anything. We were letting, for a player to have an assist, the person they're passing to has to make the shot, you know what I mean? So that just shows that we were ineffective from stopping scoring. You know what I'm saying? Our defense was just weak all throughout the night. We were just soft. You know what I mean? There's no other word I could use. We were just weak. Weak is another word I could use. Weak, soft, you know, all of those type of words. Just terrible, man. Just terrible. And Kispert, man, I like him. I really, really, really like him. But I've been saying this, and I'm going to continue to say it as long as he does it. But he misses too many wide open threes, man. I mean, yo, that's what he was drafted for. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was known for coming out of college. But not only is he missing threes, but his shot is flat. It doesn't look, oh, man. I know he's going to work on that over the summer. So I'm not going to harp too much on that, man. But we lost by 5 points. He missed a couple, at least 2 wide open threes that we could have won the game by 1 if he made 2 of those threes that he missed. You know what I mean? He did make some threes tonight, so I don't want to act like he didn't make any threes. But there were some threes that were just wide open, NBA threes that you got to make. You got to make those. And he just couldn't make them. You know what I mean? So he got a lot of work to do on his three-point shot because he's getting wide open shots. But once he is able to make those shots consistently, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. You know what I mean? So I definitely didn't like him missing those shots. And then the final thing I didn't like tonight was, we cut the lead down to 1 point in the fourth quarter. The Pacers called a timeout. And from that timeout, coming out of that timeout, we let the Pacers go back up, man. You know what I mean? They went on a mini run. And that's, to me, was when we really lost the game. You know what I'm saying? We lost all momentum after that timeout. That's when Kuzma started to miss his shots. We weren't hitting threes. I think Kispert missed a wide open key 3. I mean, it was just horrible coming out of that timeout and losing the momentum that we had when we cut the lead down to 1 point, man. And that's why we lost the game. I mean, that's not the only reason why we lost the game, but that was the last chance we had to win the game. And we just couldn't take advantage of it, and we lost the game. You know what I mean? So, tough loss, tough game, but there was a lot of positives, a lot of developing going on, and we got to take that to an account, man. I want us to make the play-in, but losing games like this is going to make it tough for us to make the play-in. You know what I'm saying? The East is really tough, so to even get in the play-in in the position we're in, with losing our best player for the season, it would be, I don't want to say a miracle, but it would be a great accomplishment if we were able to make the play-in game. But losing games like this is going to make it tough. But hopefully when we get Porzingis back, well, I won't say back because he hasn't played for us yet, but after the All-Star break, get Rui back, you know what I'm saying, and just get a better roster, a full complement. I hope that we can just play better, you know what I'm saying, and get wins and make that play in, because that's what we're aiming for, man. It's going to be really tough to get the 6th seed. Boston right now is in the 6th seed, and they're playing extremely, extremely well right now. You know what I mean? So we just can hope to make the play and then see what we can do from there, man. But anyway, man, that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. If y'all like the content, I would really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel at The Wizards Review on YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. You can follow me, King Ade DMV, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and NBA 2K22 on the Xbox Series X and S. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, I know tough loss, but we got to shake it off because we got a game tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We play the Nets. We're going to Brooklyn. So hopefully we could go into the All-Star break on a positive note, man. So see y'all tomorrow. Take care. Have a good night. Peace.